prospect of a Canada-U.S. trade war has triggered a buy Canadian backlash. Many Canadians nationwide are now paying closer attention to what they're buying, in some cases making an effort to choose Canadian products over American products. It is a small way to send a message to Donald Trump. But here's where things get confusing. What are you actually buying? Sylvain Charlebois is standing by, Senior Director of the Agri-food Analytics Lab at Dalhousie University. Sylvain, good to see you as always. Thanks for your time.
Good to see you, Todd.
It really is easier said than done. I've been looking at all sorts of posts on Facebook, Instagram, X, elsewhere, and there is made in Canada, there's product of Canada, designed in Canada, created in Canada. Frankly, the labels can be confusing and, as you know, a little deceptive too sometimes. Just because it's got a red maple leaf on it doesn't mean it's made in Canada.
That's true, Todd. I'll try to make it easy for you today, okay? So if you walk into the grocery store, there are 3 sections where it's very much Canadian. It's very Canadian-friendly: dairy, eggs, bakery, and meat. So if you go to the meat section, most of it would be Canadian. So you're safe to go there if you're looking for Canadian products. Now, when it comes to labels, again, I'll make it easy for you as well, Todd. You have products of Canada, made in Canada, and prepared in Canada. So the gold standard is product of Canada. So manufactured in Canada with Canadian ingredients. Made in Canada, 51% Canadian ingredients. And the last step of processing was in Canada. And lastly, prepared in Canada, the last step of processing was in Canada with foreign ingredients mostly. So it's a 1, 2, 3 sort of setup here.
Okay, so let me just go over that now. The gold standard is product of Canada. Number two is made in Canada. That's 51%. That's right. And then prepared in Canada is number 3. And the other stuff like designed or created in Canada may or may not mean anything.
That's right. That's right. So it's up to it's a creative way to get consumers to think that it's pretty Canadian, but it's not necessarily. So of course, nationalistic boycotts, people who feel they want to support Canadian products, well, they're just looking for the maple leaf, but you have to look for words. So product of Canada, made in Canada, or prepared in Canada.
Hey, what about the expense factor here? I mean, you study this stuff closely. It's what you do. So give me a sense whether you think this sort of stuff is actually going to cost Canadians a lot more. You've got 2 products. We're showing some of the comparisons here. And if you choose Canadian, are you automatically going to pay more or not, Sylvain?
Likely, but it depends. If you're patient, if you pace yourself, if you're strategic, if you go to different stores, you could actually save some money. So it really depends on the grocer's strategy. Sometimes they actually will use some of these major products as a loss leader. So you typically get a good deal because they'll actually sell these products at a loss. So of course, those deals are good ones, but not always. So generally speaking, we did a study last year looking at local versus imported, and 57% of the time, the Canadian product was priced competitively. Not necessarily at the same price or below, but very close to the same price as the other imported products. So just be on the lookout.
Sylvain Charlebois with the Dalhousie University Agri-food Analytics Lab. Good to see you, Sylvain. I know you're in Mexico, so enjoy. We've averted a trade war in North America. All the best, my friend.
Take care.